As our show is underway, we'd like to remind people, if you've got somebody at home, maybe they're home farming or they had a conflict today with something else, but they're really keen to know what's happening here in our show rings. There is a live stream for each of the rings. You can find that at ringsidelive, all one word, .co. Again, it's ringsidelive.co, and they do have a separate stream for each show ring. So if there's somebody that's not able to make it here today, you can certainly text them or call them and let them know that they can follow along with the show at ringsidelive.co. We're really pleased that we're able to offer the live stream of our dairy shows, and thank you to those people from Ringside Live that are here providing the live stream of the dairy shows. Attention dairy show exhibitors, Guernsey and Ayrshire exhibitors. Judges are making their lineups in our spring calf class. We need those winter calves in the makeup area. Guernsey and Ayrshire exhibitors, we need those winter calves in the makeup area. Over in our Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson's completed his placing in our junior calf class, our spring calves. Placing second in the class and also second Kentucky is entry number 9, Rockhaven McDreamy Jam, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. Winning the class is entry number 7. She's also first Kentucky, entry number 7. Exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green. That's Knapp's Denzel. Bring it on. Judge, your comments on our first heifer class of the day.
Thanks, Kathleen. Definitely a pleasure to be here. Nice class to start off the day here. This first calf here just showed me what I want, what I'm kind of wanting today. I like it being strong and wide to that front end. It is that strength and width, the chest that gets her over the real dairy calf here. And second, I love this calf. You get to analyze her, and you just like to open her up, just widen her out, maybe lengthen her out a little bit more to get her over that calf in first today. But she uses that dairiness and the style to get over the big framey calf here in third, just a tick overdone today. but definitely a calf. She straightened her lines, and then she uses that Springer rib and just being a little tick longer than the calf in fourth over fifth, just a little deeper to that rib, gets her over the real balanced calf here in fifth. A nice group of calves all the way down.
If you turn your attention over to our Ayrshire show ring, Judge Bender has also completed his first class of the day. Placing second in the class is entry number 1, Benter Rushmore Greta, exhibited by Noel Peters of Danville, Indiana. And winning the class is entry number 15, Sunny Acres PRA Caliber, exhibited by Colt Buckley of Lawrenceburg. Judge, your reasons on our spring calf class. We had 13 Ayrshire junior calves exhibited this morning. Congratulations again to our class winner, entry number 15. She also was first in the Kentucky competition, Sunny Acres PRA Caliber, exhibited by Colt Buckley of Lawrenceburg. Second in the class, entry number 1, Benter Rushmore Greta, exhibited by Noel Peters of Danville, Illinois. Third to entry 7, Baker's Fashion Ariel, exhibited by Casey Baker of Huntington, Indiana. Fourth in the class and second Kentucky was entry 14, Stellar Reynolds Zuma, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg. Fifth to entry number 12, JML Klein's Banshees Big Time, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Sixth in the class, to entry number 8, Logsdon's Dynamic Sassy, exhibited by Lindsay Logsdon of Park City, Kentucky. Seventh in the class, to entry number 10, Klein's Wishers What's Up, exhibited by Ivy Patterson of Shelbyville, Kentucky. Eighth in the class, to entry number 2, DD Windhill G Beast Butterscotch, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Ninth in the class to entry 11, DD Windhill Wisher Dazzle, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester. And 10th in the class to entry number 9, Clover Knoll Dynamic Anawan, exhibited by Kevin and Meadow Jeffries of Rockville, Indiana. Now entering the ring in our Ayrshire show is our winter calf class. Over in the Guernsey ring, we certainly want to acknowledge the top 10 in that very fine spring calf class in the Guernsey breed. We had 11 spring calves exhibited. Once again, our winner in first Kentucky was entry number 7, Naps Denzel Bring It On, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green. Second in the class and second Kentucky was entry number 9, Rockhaven McDreamy Jam, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Brodhead, Kentucky. Third, to entry number 6, Red Carpet Unanimously, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, to entry number 3, Rocky Hill Cadet Have Mercy, exhibited by Colton Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Fifth in the class to entry number 5, Knapp's Missile Tailgater, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Sixth to entry 11, Lazy M Missile Jasmine, exhibited by Jeremy Kinslow of Smith Grove, Kentucky. Seventh in the class went to entry number 8, CGF Java Domino, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Eighth to entry number 1, HCF Wyatt's Misty, exhibited by Callie Collette of Chucky, Tennessee. Ninth in the class to entry number 2, Colette's Wyatt Happy, also exhibited by Callie Collette of Chucky, Tennessee. And 10th to entry number 10, Spring Hill Levi's Lily, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. In our Guernsey show, we've got our winter calves in the ring. Attention Ayrshire and Guernsey exhibitors, our judges are making their lineups here in our winter calf class. We need those fall calves in the makeup area. Guernsey and Ayrshire exhibitors, your fall calves should be in the makeup area. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, Judge Benter's completed his placing in our winter calf class, our intermediate calves. Placing second in the class is entry number 2, Bricker Farms King Cadence, exhibited by Bailey Komar of Glasgow, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry number 16, Lywood Air Reynolds Glamour, exhibited by J.G. Springs Dairy, the Good family in Liberty, Kentucky. Judge, your thoughts on this really nice winter calf class? Congratulations to our class winner in our Ayrshire Winter Calf class. Again, she's entry number 16, also first in our Kentucky competition. Lywood Air Reynolds Glamour, exhibited by J.G. Springs Dairy and the Good family from Liberty, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 23, she was also second Kentucky. Bricker Farms King Cadence, exhibited by Bailey Comar of Glasgow, Kentucky. Third in the class, entry 19, Blackstone Wings Whisper, exhibited by Casey Baker of Huntington, Indiana. Fourth to entry 20, Stellar Dynamic Zendaya, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Fifth to entry number 24, Old and Lazy Persuade, exhibited by J.S.B. Akers of Hardyville, Kentucky. Sixth to entry 22, Milking Duds Reynolds Winter, exhibited by Milk and Duds Farm of Daleville, Indiana. Seventh to entry 17, Stellar Ringer Zoom, exhibited by John Ford of Lebanon, Kentucky. Eighth to entry number 25, D.D. Winhill BBK Basil, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. And ninth to entry number 21, Milk and Duds Reynolds Willie, exhibited by Milk and Duds Farm of Daleville, Indiana. Over in our Guernsey show ring, our judges completed his placing in our Winter Calf class. Second in the class and second Kentucky to entry number 25, Golden Pines Butter Than You, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. And winning the class and first in our Kentucky competition is entry number 21, Knapp's DR Bragging Rights, exhibited by Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your thoughts on our Winter Calf class?
What a really nice class all the way down. There's top 4 or 5 heifers you could shake up a little bit today, but this heifer, pretty much all red heifer, shakes it out for me today. Just walking on her best set of feet and legs in the class for me. Just a little nicer balance throughout. Holds her top a little nicer, especially through the rump region. Gets her over the beautiful heifer here in second. Take nothing away from this heifer in second. I love the spring of rib, depth of rib, everything throughout. But just like to have her track a little straighter to get her up any higher today. It is that width and chest and front end gets her over the real dairy calf in third. Third over fourth. I love that explosive rib. Gets the third calf over the fourth calf. The fourth calf over the fifth calf. Just a little nicer, neater up through the crop region. Gets her over the calf here in fifth. Nice group of calves all the way down.
There were 10 winter calves exhibited in our Guernsey show. Again, our winner in first Kentucky was entry number 21, Knapp's DR Bragging Rights, exhibited by Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class and second Kentucky was entry 25, Golden Pines Butter Than You, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Third, entry number 24, Red Carpet Torpedoes Away, exhibited by Jeremy Kinslow of Smith Grove, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, entry number 20, Round Pond JCPC May, exhibited by Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Fifth to entry 16, Kinslow Christmas Jack and Coke, exhibited by Jeremy Kinslow of Smith Grove, Kentucky. Sixth in the class, entry 23, SC Sunny Day Torpedo Nova, exhibited by Herbie and Amanda Lutz of Chester, South Carolina. Seventh, entry number 19, Heritage Brook Vernon Truffles, exhibited by Emma Ricker of Chuckey, Tennessee. Eighth in the class, entry 15, Warwick Manor Torpedo Senorita, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Ninth to entry 13, Stylecrest Colonel Connie, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. And 10th in the class, to entry number 12, Empire Sherlock Schuyler, exhibited by Kaylee Kokenauer of Salvisa, Kentucky. In the ring in both shows, our Guernsey and Ayrshire show, is our fall calf class. Ayrshire exhibitors, our classes now are getting a little smaller. We've got our fall calf class in the ring. We need those summer yearlings to ringside. Ayrshire exhibitors, we need your summer yearlings to ringside. Now that we're into our show and rolling along, it's really an excellent time to introduce our judges for today. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, our judge today is Ryan Benter, a native of Brownstown, Indiana. Ryan was raised on a small family dairy farm where he grew up milking and showing Holsteins, Brown Swiss, Ayrshires, and milking Shorthorns alongside his family. That shared passion for dairy cattle continues today at Benter Family Farms, where he's actively involved in breeding, raising, and exhibiting dairy cattle at the county, state, and national levels. Ryan pursued his passion for agriculture at Purdue University, earning a degree in agricultural business management while also competing as a member of the 2018 Purdue Dairy Judging Team. During his judging career, Ryan earned several notable accolades, including 6th high individual at the All-American Dairy Judging Contest, 2nd high individual in Brown Swiss, and 9th high individual in Holsteins at World Dairy Expo. 2019, he and his team also won the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo Dairy Judging Contest. Ryan has judged numerous county fairs throughout Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, and in 2024 served as a judge at both the Indiana and Kentucky State Fairs. Additionally, he has officiated at the Indiana State Dairy Judging Contest and the National FFA Dairy Judging Contest. Today, Ryan continues to support youth in agriculture as the head 4-H dairy judging coach in Jackson County and as an active 4-H volunteer, dedicating his time to mentoring the next generation of dairy enthusiasts. Over in our Guernsey show ring, our judge today is Alan Spud Paulson. He comes to the show from Rockford, Illinois, where he bases his cattle hauling business. Alan's been hauling livestock and fitting cattle from coast to coast year-round for the past 20 years. Over the years, he's judged numerous county fairs, state shows, and 12 state fairs. Highlights on the national level include Associate Brown Swiss Judge at Eastern National Show, the lead judge at World Dairy Expo for milking Shorthorns in 2015, and the Ayrshire Show in 2017. He's also served as the official of the Open Holstein and Red Mites at the 2018 North American in Louisville. Later this year, Alan will be the lead judge for the International Brown Swiss Show held at World Day Expo. Alan has 2 boys, Sutton and Dakota, that share his passion of showing, fitting, and hauling cattle, especially in the semi, together. Let's give our judges Alan Paulson and Ryan Bentner a warm welcome as they evaluate our shows here this morning. Ayrshire and Guernsey exhibitors, our judge are making their lineups in our fall calf class. We need those summer yearlings in the makeup area. Ayrshire and Guernsey exhibitors, your summer yearlings should be in the makeup area. Over in our Ayrshire showing, Judge Bender has completed his placing in our fall calf class. Second in the class and second in our Kentucky competition is entry number 28, Sunny Acres LL Celine, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoile, Kentucky. Winning the class and also first Kentucky is entry number 35, Lazy M Wish Away, exhibited by Bailey Colmar of Glasgow, Kentucky. Judge, your thoughts on our fall calves? Congratulations and again to our class winner and also first in our Kentucky contest, entry number 35, Lazy M Wish Away, exhibited by Bailey Colmar of Glasgow, Kentucky. Second in the class and second Kentucky was entry 28, Sunny Acres LL Celine, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoile, Kentucky. Third to entry number 34, Windcrest Burdette Gemma, exhibited by Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, to entry number 30, Klein's Manchild's Mai Tai, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. And fifth in the class, to entry number 29, Emerald Farms Sweetest Jamie, exhibited by Hannah Hatfield of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Ayrshire show is our Summer Yearling class. Over in our Guernsey show ring, judges completed his placings in our fall calf class. Second in the class and second in the Kentucky competition is entry number 31, Round Pond JCPC Lillian, exhibited by Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. First in the class and first Kentucky is entry number 28, Rock Haven DJ Momentum, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. Judge Paulson, your comments on our fall calf class.
Really nice set of fall calves here. Starting off with the heifer for me, I prefer the Springer rib, just a little more heifer throughout for me today. A little more open to that rib. Take nothing away from this high-styled heifer here in second. Love this heifer. If you just get a little more belly on her today to get over that first calf. It is that style balance of just being a little nicer and neater, especially over that rump region. Gets her over the tall calf coming here in third. Third over fourth, kind of a close placing for me today. Just prefer the way the front end comes together on this third calf over the fourth calf. It just tracks a little nicer for me. Get her over the calf here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, another little closer placing. And I go with the Springer rib, depth of rib, gets her over the heifer here coming out in fifth. Nice group of heifers all the way down.
Turning your attention back to our Ayrshire show ring, our judge has completed his placing in our Summer Yearling class. Second in the class and second Kentucky is entry number 38, JSB Acres Alvin Cherry, exhibited by John Ford of Lebanon, Kentucky. Winning the class and first in our Kentucky competition is entry number 43, Old Bankston JC A Banshee, exhibited by Andrew Carrier of Crab Orchard, Kentucky. Judge, your thoughts on our pair of Summer Yearlings. Now moving into our Ayrshire show ring is our spring yearling class. Over in our Guernsey show, we'll catch up with our catalog here in our fall calf class. There were 6 fall calves exhibited. Winning the class in First Kentucky was entry 28, Rockhaven DJ Momentum, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. Second in the class in Second Kentucky was entry 31, Round Pond JCPC Lillian, exhibited by Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Third in the class, entry 32, Red Carpet My Too Late, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Fourth, entry 26, Colette's Mickey Electra, exhibited by Callie Colette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Fifth in the class, entry 29, Knapp's Torpedo High Tide, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. Sixth in the class, entry number 33, Aqua Valley Cordell Starry, exhibited by Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. And seventh, entry number 30, Stylecrest Colonel Serena, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. So correct what I said. There were actually 7 fall calves exhibited in our Guernsey show. Now entering the ring for Judge Paulson is our summer yearling class over in the Guernsey show ring. Ayrshire exhibitors, our judges making his lineup in our spring yearling class. We need those winter yearlings to ringside. Once again, Ayrshire breeders, our classes are getting a little smaller. We'll have to move those animals to the ring a little more quickly. We need your winter yearlings to the makeup area. And Guernsey exhibitors, our judges making his lineup in our summer yearling class. We need those spring yearlings to the makeup area. Guernsey exhibitors, we need your spring yearlings to the makeup area. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, Judge Bentner has completed his placing in our spring yearling class. Second in the class and first in our Kentucky competition is entry number 49, Blackstone RMG SW Wetzel, exhibited by Ryland Pike of Hardyville, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry number 44, Klein's Players Rose, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our spring yearling class. If you turn your attention over to our Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our summer yearling class. Judge, your comments on our summer yearlings.
What a nice group of heifers here, and especially this top 1 and 2 heifers. But this top heifer here kind of gets the class for me today. Just prefer that front end, that chest region, just so dairy but yet strong and with the chest for me today. Gets her over the real balanced calf here in second. Second heifer here, just not to drop that rear rib to get over number 1 today. 2 over 3 here, just a little more heifer throughout. I prefer just a little more width to that rump. Just tracks a little nicer for me today. Gets her over the calf here in third. Third over fourth, kind of a close placing here today. Just a little cleaner up through that head and neck. Just prefer over the tail head setting for me to get her over the heifer in fourth. Fourth over fifth here. The heifer in fifth here, just not acting right today. She'd probably be up there a little bit higher today, but her legs for me today just don't get over the track quite as nice as the heifer here in fourth. Good group all the way down.
Congratulations again to the winner of our summer yearling class in the Guernsey show. Also first in Kentucky competition, entry 46, Pond and Pines Cadet Melody, exhibited by Colt Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class and second Kentucky is entry number 43, High Gern View Torpedo Naomi, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Third in the class, entry number 38, Round Pond JCPC Laura, exhibited by Colton and Cade Huffman and Hayden Oliver of Scottsville, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, entry number 36, MMD Attitude, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Fifth, entry 48, Kentucky Blue Torpedo Toyota, exhibited by Ostrader and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Sixth to entry 40, MMHVD Unbreakable, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Seventh to entry number 45, CGF Torpedo Duchess, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. And eighth in the class, entry number 37, Stylecrest Colonel Claudia, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Guernsey show is our spring yearling class. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, we'll catch up on our catalog. If you're marking your catalogs with us, in our spring yearling class, there were 6 spring yearlings exhibited. Our winner was entry number 44, Klein's Players Rose, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Second in the class and first Kentucky was entry number 49, Blackstone RMG SW Wetzel, exhibited by Ryland Pike of Hardyville, Kentucky. Third in the class and second in our Kentucky competition was entry 46, Stellar Dynamic Snapple, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, entry 47, Lily Bud Jade Queso, exhibited by Lily Roadcap of Simpsonville, Kentucky. Fifth in the class, entry number 52, Lily Bud Jade Fancy, exhibited by Grant Roadcap of Simpsonville, Kentucky. And sixth in the class, entry number 45, Lily Bud Jade Star, exhibited by Chelsea Watts of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. Now in our Ayrshire ring, we're exhibiting our winter yearlings. And once again, we'd like to remind people if there's somebody at home or somewhere across the country that's interested in seeing what's happening in our breed shows here, open dairy shows here, Kentucky State Fair. They are being live streamed on ringsidelive.co, and there is a separate feed for each show ring. So if you've got a breed enthusiast that couldn't be with us here today, they can go online to ringsidelive.co and watch the show along with us. Ayrshire Show exhibitors, our judges sorting through his lineup in our winter yearling class. We need those fall yearlings to the makeup area. Ayrshire Show exhibitors, we need your fall yearlings to the makeup area. Following that, we'll be selecting our junior champion. So if you were first or second in a heifer class here this morning in our Ayrshire Show, we need those animals headed to ringside as well. And Guernsey show exhibitors. Our judge is also working his lineup in our spring yearling class. We need those winter yearlings in the makeup area. Guernsey show exhibitors, your winter yearlings should be on deck. Judge Bennett has completed his placing in our winter yearling class over in our Ayrshire show ring. Second in the class is entry number 58, Klein's Dee Dee's Dream, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Winning the class and also first in our Kentucky competition is entry number 63, Grandview Calamero Astray, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your reasons on our class.
very nice class of winter yearlings. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We had 7 winter yearlings exhibited in our Ayrshire show. Our winner was entry number 63, also first in our Kentucky competition, Grandview Calamario Astray, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 58, Klein's DD's Dream, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Third in the class, entry 65, Lazy M Auto B Mime Maria, exhibited by Brocker Boderoff of Seymour, Indiana. Fourth, second Kentucky, to entry number 64, SML Strike a Brawl, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Fifth, to entry number 61, Old and Lazy Wild Heart, exhibited by Adeline Holt of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Sixth in the class, to entry number 56, Happy Acres Jamaica Hannah, exhibited by Hannah Hatfield of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. And seventh, to entry number 59, Grandview Reynolds Recoup, exhibited by Kevin and Maida Jeffries of Rockville, Indiana. Talk here and over in our Guernsey show ring. Judge Paulson's completed his placing in our spring yearling class. Second in the class and first Kentucky is entry number 57, Golden Pines Missile Butter Blast, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry number 50, Hidden Lane Tsunami Press, exhibited by Callie Collette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Judge, your comments on our spring yearlings.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, these top 4 heifers could be switched around a couple different ways. As I pulled them in and I changed my mind, I'm glad I did. Now when I came to the mic here, especially this heifer in first may not be her biggest heifer, but for me, she's holding it together. She's got so much style and balance throughout. I love that head and neck carriage. Just her style being a little more dairy for me today gets her over the heifer in second. This heifer in second is just a little overdone today, just a little too much condition. But she's straighter in her lines, just showing a little neater over her rump and tracks a little nicer for me today. Gets her over the high style heifer here in third. Heifer in third catches your eye right away. Love that straightness at top. But when you get analyzing her, you just like to widen her chest floor a little bit. Neater, just make her a little nicer, neater over through that tail head. But for me today, it's that style and dariness. Gets her over the calf here in fourth. Take nothing away from this big heifer in fourth. I told the young man, you just work with her a little more. I think she could make the class interesting later on in the fall. On down the line, really good group of heifers. You just need a little more dariness, a little more depth of rib to get it any higher.
Congratulations to our class winner in the Guernsey show in our spring yearling class is entry number 50, Hidden Lane Tsunami Press, exhibited by Callie Collette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Second in the class and first Kentucky is entry number 57, Golden Pines Missile Butter Blast, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Third and second in the Kentucky competition, to entry 51, Naps Drone Tippy, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, to entry 54, Round Pond JCPC Lady, exhibited by Colton and Cade Huffman and Hayden Oliver of Scottsville, Kentucky. Fifth, to entry 53, TC Ultra Design, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Sixth, entry number 49, Naps Drone Fancy, exhibited by Molly Shoemaker of Salvisa, Kentucky. Seventh in the class, entry 58, Naps Indian D Ice Cream, exhibited by Haley Tucker of Lexington, Kentucky. And eighth in the class, entry number 56, Naps Drone Treat, exhibited by Kate Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Now entering our ring in the Guernsey show is our winter yearling class. Guernsey show exhibitors, this is a smaller class than what we've had. Please have your fall yearlings in the makeup area. Guernsey show exhibitors, we need your fall yearlings in the makeup area. And Ayrshire show exhibitors, our judge is working through his lineup of fall yearlings. We'll be moving into selection of junior champion next. So if your heifer was first or second in our classes here this morning, they should be at ringside. Over in our Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson's completed his placing in our winter yearling class. Second in the class and first in our Kentucky competition is entry number 65, Knapp's Missile Trick Shot, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry number 61, Knapp's RC Torpedo Bala, exhibited by Herbie and Amanda Lutz of Chester, South Carolina. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our winter yearlings?
Well, just 4 heifers in this class. Definitely a lot easier to line up. There's lots of differences here. This heifer kind of sorts herself to the top. Pretty handy for me. What a beautiful balanced heifer here. They love that openness of the rib. And it's just the way she walks a little more freely on them hind legs. And just being a whiskered area that gets her over the heifer here in second. Second over third, just a little more width and strength throughout. Just show me a little more spring rib. Gets over the real pretty balanced calf here coming in third. Third over fourth, just before the rump region for me today, especially over through that tail head. And just a little more spring rib gets her over the framey heifer coming in here out in fourth.
Congratulations to our winner of our winter yearling class in the Guernsey show. Entry number 61, Naps RC Torpedo Bala, exhibit by Herbie and Amanda Lutz of Chester, South Carolina. Second and first Kentucky was entry 65, Naps Missile Trick Shot, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Third and second Kentucky was entry 64, Rockhaven J.D. Motive, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. And fourth in the class, entry number 59, Naps A.P. Bashful, exhibited by Melissa McGuire of Orlando, Kentucky. Guernsey show exhibitors, our fall yearlings are in the ring. That means next up is our selection of junior champion. If you were first or second in your heifer class this morning, those animals should be in the makeup area. Once again, Jersey show exhibitors, our fall yearlings are in the ring. We'll be looking for those first and second place animals for junior champion. They should be ringside. Over in our Ayrshire show, Judge Bentner has completed his placings in our fall yearling class. Judge?
Out here in our Ayrshire senior yearling class, we got 2 heifers that are made just a little bit different. There's one that could win the class on the move, and then there's one that could win the class when they're stood still in line. But for me today, this heifer, she's going to win the class just on her overall ring presence as she walks out and about. You just really appreciate how smooth blending she is from the tip of her nose to her tail. Shows us a lot of spring and arch to that rib. And like I said, it's the way that she tracks out that's going to get her over our very, very dairy heifer here in second. Told the young man here in second, this is the heifer that'd win the class once they're still. Once she gets out and about, she gets high in that chine. She gets scrunched in her neck and just doesn't present herself the best. But one that has a lot of good qualities to her. Level in her rump, strong in that front end. And she uses her overall style and angularity to get over this well-built, powerful heifer here in third. Third over fourth, it's her width of chest and overall strength from end to end that gets her over us, this very prominent heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, she uses her size, her scale, and overall dairiness to get over her very nice heifer here in fifth. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our winner of the fall yearling class in our Ayrshire show. There were 6 fall yearlings exhibited. Our winner was entry number 71, Baker's Fashion Dice, exhibited by Casey Baker of Huntington, Indiana. Second in the class and first Kentucky was entry number 73, Twin County Bad and Bougie, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Third in the class and second Kentucky was entry number 67, Brufy Air Kent Piper, exhibited by Alyssa Chambers of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, entry number 69, Misty Reynolds Kylie, exhibited by Brocker Boderoff of Seymour, Indiana. Fifth, to entry 66, Still Dreamin' Chaos Stephanie, exhibited by Alyssa Chambers of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. And sixth in the class, to entry number 70, Grandview Dynamic Phoebe, exhibited by Kevin and Meta Jeffries of Rockville, Indiana. Now entering in the Ayrshire show ring are those animals competing for the title of Junior Champion. And over in our Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson's completed his placing in our fall yearling class. Second in the class and second Kentucky is entry number 71, CGF Java Piper, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Winning the class and first Kentucky is entry 69, Empire Lone Star Morgan Stark, exhibited by Kate Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Alan, your thoughts on our fall yearlings?
Really nice set of fall yearlings, just 4 of them, but I tell you what, the one here in the first, you set yourself to the top pretty easy. Love that. Just being a little more open to that rib. Massive barrel to her all the way back to the rump. Just show me a little more width of rump. Gets her over the real dairy heifer here, coming out here in second. Love the dairiness of heifer throughout, especially up to that head and neck. Just like to drop her rib a little to get her up over that number 1 heifer. 2 over 3 here, just a little longer heifer from end to end. Like I said, just a little cleaner up to the head and neck. Take nothing away for the heifer in third. I love that spring and depth of rib. Just like to lengthen her out and clean her up a little bit to get over number 2. 3 over 4, just a little more flatter, nicer, neater, especially over to that top line. Gets her over the real balanced heifer here in fourth.
There were 4 Guernsey fall yearlings exhibited, and congratulations again to our winner and first Kentucky, entry number 69, Empire Lone Star Morgan Stark, exhibited by Kate Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Second in the class and second Kentucky was entry 71, CGF Java Piper, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Third in the class, entry number 70, 4 Wins VG Take a Chance, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. And fourth in the class, entry 67, Monsieur's Eltimer Pumpkin, exhibited by Kaylee Prather of Taylorsville, Kentucky. And now over in the Guernsey show ring, we'll also be seeing those animals competing for junior champion. In our Ayrshire show ring, we certainly want to acknowledge those animals in the running for our junior champion title. They were first or second in their classes here, heifer classes here this morning. There were 13 spring calves. Our winning entry was number 15, Sunny Acres PRA Caliber, exhibited by Colt Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class went to entry number 1, Benter Rushmore Greta, exhibited by Noel Peters of Danville, Indiana. There were 9 winter calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 16, Lywood Air Reynolds Glamour, exhibited by J.J. Springs Dairy of Liberty, Kentucky. Second in that class was entry number 23, Bricker Farms King Cadence, exhibited by Bailey Comar of Glasgow, Kentucky. There were 5 fall calves. Our winner was entry 35, Lazy M Wish Away, exhibited by Bailey Comar of Glasgow, Kentucky. Second in that class, entry number 28, Sunny Acres LL Celine, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. We had 2 summer yearlings exhibited. Our winner was entry number 43, Old Bankston JC A Banshee, exhibited by Andrew Carrier of Crab Orchard, Kentucky. Second in the class was number 38, JSB Acres Alvin Cherry, exhibited by John Ford of Lebanon, Kentucky. We had 6 spring yearlings presented. Our winner was entry 44, Klein's Players Rose, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. And second in the class, entry number 49, Blackstone RMG SW Wetzel, exhibited by Ryland Pike of Hardyville, Kentucky. There were 7 winter yearlings. Our winner was entry 63, Grandview Calamaro Astray, exhibited by Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And second in the class, entry number 58, Klein's DD's Dream, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. And there were 6 fall yearlings. Our winner was entry number 71, Baker's Fashion Dice, exhibited by Casey Baker of Huntington, Indiana. Second in the class, entry number 73, Twin County Bad and Bougie, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Congratulations to our Ayrshire exhibitors. What a beautiful heifer show we've had here this morning for Judge Bentner. Ayrshire Show exhibitors, following our selection of junior champion, we'll be moving into our junior best 3 class. If you have a group for junior best 3, please have those animals and I believe your registration papers at ringside. Over in our Guernsey show ring, we also want to acknowledge those animals that placed first or second in our show today. Another beautiful heifer show over in the Guernsey show ring. There were 11 spring calves exhibited, and our winner was entry number 7, Knapp's Denzel Bring It On, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 9, Rockhaven McDreamy Jam, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. There were 10 winter calves. Our winner was entry 21, Knapp's DR Bragging Rights, exhibited by Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 25, Golden Pines Butter Than You, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. We saw 7 fall calves. First place was entry 28, Rockhaven DJ Momentum, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 31, Round Pond JCPC Lillian, exhibited by Kate Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. There were 8 summer yearlings. Our class winner was entry 46, Pond and Pines Cadet Melody, exhibited by Colt Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 43, High Gern View Torpedo Naomi, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. There were 8 spring yearlings. Our class winner was entry 50, Hidden Lane Tsunami Press, exhibited by Callie Collette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Second to entry number 57, Golden Pines Missile Butter Blast, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. We saw 4 winter yearlings. Our class winner was entry number 61, Knapp's RC Torpedo Bala, exhibited by Herbie and Amanda Lutz of Chester, South Carolina. Second in the class, entry number 65, Knapp's Missile Trick Shot, exhibited by Kennedy Waddell of Bowling Green, Kentucky. And there were 4 fall yearlings. Our class winner was number 69, Empire Lone Star Morgan Stark, exhibited by Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. And second in that class, entry number 71, CGF Java Piper, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Congratulations also to our Guernsey show exhibitors, a beautiful lineup of Guernsey heifers here today in front of Judge Paulson. Congratulations to the junior champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire Show. She's our winning spring calf, entry number 15, Sunny Acres PRA Caliber, exhibited by Colt Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Our reserve junior champion was our winning winter calf, entry number 16, Lywood Air Reynolds Glamour, exhibited by J.G. Springs Dairy of Liberty, Kentucky. And our honorable mention junior champion is entry number 71, our winning fall yearling, Baker's Fashion Dice, exhibited by Casey Baker of Huntington, Indiana. Our junior champion and our reserve junior champion will also be champions in our Kentucky Proud competition. So congratulations to our winners. Ayrshire exhibitors, we're looking for our junior best 3 groups.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you give these Guernsey exhibitors a big round of applause. They brought out a nice group of calves this morning. Really impressed with the quality, top to bottom. Pull out the spring calf, your winter calf, fall calf, summer yearling, spring yearling, and your fall yearling. I know it's a lot of heifers. I don't like bringing out that many, but this is one whale of a good show. There's a lot of good calves I sent to the side. Maybe some I sent to the barn that's going to do better this fall. But today, in my mind, these are the 6 that I wouldn't mind taking home today. I'm going to go out. I'm going to congratulate your junior champion, reserve, and honorable mention, or I do. Let's hear some cheering. For me, the winter calf, this little red calf, when she gets out moving, she gives you chills. She's the kind of heifer that anybody would love to take home today. I flew down, so I can't truck her back. But I tell you what, she is one whale of a heifer. For me, it's that high style, just holding herself together just a little nicer, gets her over to fall calf. Love this fall calf. When she comes in, the young man's got her leading like a dream. Sometimes she'll fall apart in her tail head just a little bit. And for me, I went down here to this fall yearling. Kind of the same kind of lines, heifers. It's tough. Everybody knows it's tough to have yearlings look this good in this fall yearling. I love that width of rump, tracks out well, and what a beautiful, beautiful rib cage to her. Junior champ on the winter calf, fall calf, reserve, and honorable mention on your fall yearling. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the junior champion of the 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey Show. She's our winning winter calf, entry number 21, Knapp's DR Bragging Rights, exhibited by Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Our reserve junior champion was our winning fall calf, entry number 28, Rockhaven DJ Momentum, exhibited by Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. And honorable mention junior champion and our winning fall yearling, entry number 69, Empire Lone Star Morgan Stark, exhibited by Kate Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Our junior champion and reserve junior champion are also our champion and reserve champion of our Kentucky Proud competition. So congratulations to the winners and all of their rosettes. We'll turn over to our Ayrshire show ring, where Judge Benter has completed his placing in our junior best 3 females class. Second in the class, entry number 79, the entry from Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And our winning entry is entry number 71, the winning group from Casey Baker in Huntington, Indiana. Judge, your comments on our junior best 3 class. Congratulations again to those junior best 3 exhibitors in our Ayrshire show. Now over in our Ayrshire show, we're moving right into our dry cow class. Ayrshire exhibitors, we've got a couple of dry cows, and then we're going to move right into our milking cow classes with our junior 2-year-olds. And over in our Guernsey show ring, our judge has completed his placing in our junior best 3 class. Judge, your comments on our junior best 3 group. So.
Just 4 entries here today. Starting off the entries here, got the reserve junior champion and a heifer, a couple of heifers that did well, especially love that little March calf there. It is that style, just being a little derrier for me, gets her over the group here in second. Second over third, just a little higher placing for me today, a little more cleaner on a couple of these, gets her over the real balanced group from end to end. I love the straightness of tops, and just like to condition them on, sharpen them up a little bit to get any higher. But it's that balance and uniformity gets her over the group here in fourth. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our Guernsey show exhibitors. Winning our junior best 3 females class was the group from Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. Second to our group from Tyler Smith. Third to our group from Crest, Kevin Brandstetter in Edmonton, Kentucky. And fourth in the class was the group from Callie Collette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Now over in the Guernsey show, we're moving into our milking cow classes with our junior 2-year-olds. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, our judges completed his placings in our dry cow class. Second in the class is entry number 104, Smither Appletini Meany, exhibited by Kelly Clark of Lebanon, Kentucky. And winning the class and first in our Kentucky competition is entry number 85, Klein's Reagan's Ruby, exhibited by Hannah Hatfield of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. Judge? Congratulations. Now we'll be moving into our junior 2-year-old cow class over in the Ayrshire ring. Ayrshire and Guernsey exhibitors. Our young cow classes are not real large, not very big, so we're going to ask our Ayrshire and Guernsey exhibitors, if you're exhibiting a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, let's please bring all of those cows here to the makeup ring, help our show move along efficiently. Guernsey and Ayrshire exhibitors, if you're exhibiting a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, let's have those cows come up to ringside and be ready to move through our show. Over in our Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson's completed his placing in our junior 2-year-old cow class. Second in the class and second in our Kentucky competition is entry number 74, CGF Carver Loretta, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Winning the class and also first Kentucky is entry 105, Lakeview Farm Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Alan, your thoughts on our junior 2-year-old class?
What a nice group of cows here, but this one sorts herself to the top pretty easy. She's just a little nicer, free-flowing, especially in them legs for me today. And also when we get to the mammary system, I just prefer the way the forerunner blends into the belly wall better than the cow here in second. Second over third, just show me just a little more spring and openness through the front end there. And when you get to the mammary system, I just prefer the top of the rear udder, just a little higher, wider for me. It gets her over the cow here coming out in third.
There were 3 junior 2-year-olds presented here this morning. Once again, winning the class was entry number 105, and she was also first Kentucky Lakeview Farm Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Second in the class and second Kentucky was entry number 74, CGF Carver Loretta, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. And third in the class, entry number 75, Berryman Farm Drone Versace, exhibited by Tyler Berryman of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Now in the ring in our Guernsey show is our senior 2-year-old class. Judges completed his placing in our senior 2-year-old class over in the Guernsey show ring. Second in the class and second Kentucky is entry number 79, G.R. Hickman Valley's TB Kahuna, exhibited by Kate Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. And winning the class, also first in our Kentucky Proud competition, is entry number 77, Stylecrest Colonel Select, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your comments on our senior 2-year-olds.
Just 2 senior 2-year-olds. The cow leading out in first is 14 days fresh. But you can see the mammary coming through. Just a beautiful frame cow. It is that mammary just showing me a little snugger attached and veination coming through. Gets her over the real balanced cow coming out here in second. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to our senior 2-year-olds. Now entering the ring in the Guernsey show is our junior 3-year-old class. Once again, Guernsey and Ayrshire exhibitors, we ask you to bring up all of your 2 and I guess now 3-year-olds to the ring. Our cow classes are not real big, so we'll be cycling through them relatively quickly. We've got 2 very efficient judges here this morning. Once again, we need all of your young cows up to ringside. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, Judge Bentner has completed his placing in our junior 2-year-old cow class. Second in the class to entry number 93, Klein's Manchild's Maggie, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. And winning the class and also first in our Kentucky Proud competition is entry number 89, Lazy M, Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our junior 2-year-old?
Very, very nice. Congratulations.
There were 6 junior 2-year-olds presented in our Ayrshire show this morning. Winning the class in First Kentucky was entry 89, Lazy M, Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Second in the class was entry number 93, Klein's Manchild's Maggie, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Third in the class in Second Kentucky was entry number 91, Bajan Vale Distinction Courtney, exhibited by Elmore, Stump, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Fourth in the class, entry number 97, Grandview Viking Diva, exhibited by Ryland Pike of Hardyville, Kentucky. Fifth in the class, entry number 94, Still Dreamin' Player Jenga, exhibited by Alyssa Chambers of Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. And sixth in the class, entry number 95, D.D. Winhill Reynolds Braley, exhibited by John Ford of Lebanon, Kentucky. Now in the ring in our Ayrshire show is our senior 2-year-old class. And again in our Ayrshire ring, Judge Bentner's completed his placing in our senior 2-year-old cow class. Second in the class and Second Kentucky Proud is entry number 102, Palmyra, Jamaica RR Ginger, exhibited by Lily Roadcap of Simpsonville, Kentucky. And winning the class and first in our Kentucky Proud competition is entry 103, Spring Run Blue Boy Charming, exhibited by Caleb Lips of Shelbyville, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our senior 2-year-olds.
Just 2 cows and our senior 2-year-old.
Now in the Ayrshire show ring, we'll be moving into our junior 3-year-old cow class. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, over in our Guernsey show ring, our judges completed his placing in our junior 3-year-old cow class. Second in the class is entry number 83, Drone Addy, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. And winning the class is entry number 47. She's also first in our Kentucky Proud competition, Knapp's Loverboy Offshore, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our junior 3-year-olds?
What a nice class here. You got 2 cows towards the top here. You know, you're different judge, different day. You can talk them both ways. Today I'm going to go with the cow here. I love the quality of this mammary system. Just show me a little deeper that crease. And that turn of the forerunner. I like that rear rudder on this cow here in second. Just like to snug that forerunner attachment today. And as her frame and her mammary system, just showing a little more capacity to the mammary system. Gets over the real balanced cow coming out in third.
If you turn your attention over to our Ayrshire show ring, our judges completed his placing also in our junior 3-year-old class. Judge Bentner. Congratulations to the winner in our Ayrshire show ring in our junior 3-year-old class, entry number 110, Margot Caramel, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Second in the class and first Kentucky Proud was entry number 90, Audie's Charlie Amy, exhibited by Jeremy Kinslow of Smith Grove, Kentucky. And third in the class was entry number 108. She was second Kentucky Proud, D.D. Windhill Dynamic Blossom, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Ayrshire show is our senior 3-year-old class. Over in our Guernsey show ring, we'll catch up with our catalog. There were 3 junior 3-year-olds exhibited. Our winning entry in first Kentucky was entry 47, Knapp's Loverboy Offshore, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. Second in the class, to entry number 83, Drone Addy, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. And third in the class and second Kentucky Proud was entry 82, Fisher's JCP Prestige, exhibited by Colton Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Guernsey show is our senior 3-year-old class. Guernsey show and Ayrshire show exhibitors. Following this class in the ring, we'll be moving into our selection of intermediate champion. If you were first or second with your 2-year-old or 3-year-old here this morning, we need those cows at ringside. Once again, we'll be moving into our selection of our intermediate champion in both breeds. Over in our Guernsey show ring, judges completed his placings in our senior 3-year-old class. Winning the class second in the class and second Kentucky owned is entry number 85, Rocky Hill Farm Drone Lucille, exhibited by Lutz and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And winning the class and also first in our Kentucky owned competition is entry number 86, Dairyman Craig 5141 Definitido, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Judge, your comments on our senior 3-year-old.
Well, better late than never, but this first cow here coming out here, I just love the mammary system in this cow. Over the cow here in second. She just a little deeper neck, crease, venate, a little more venation throughout. Just show me a little more capacity to the mammary system, get through over the beautiful frame cow here in second. Second over third, it is on that framework and how she handles on her legs just for me, just a little nicer. And that udder's just a little more snugly attached. Get her over the balance, big ribbed cow coming out here in third. Congratulations.
We had 3 senior 3-year-olds exhibited here today. Once again, our winner in first Kentucky was entry number 86, Dairyman Craig 5141 Definitido, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Second in the class and second Kentucky owned was entry 85, Rocky Hill Farm Drone Lucille, exhibited by Lutz and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And third in the class to entry number 88, Langrest Drone Marshmallow, exhibited by Melissa McGuire of Orlando, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Guernsey show are those cows competing for intermediate champion. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, judges completed his placings in our senior 3-year-old class. Second in the class and first Kentucky owned is entry number 112, JSB Acres Watch Me Shine, exhibited by JSB Acres of Hardyville, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry number 113, Don Haven Melios Twilight, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our senior 3-year-old class. Once again, there were 3 senior 3-year-olds presented in front of Judge Bentner this morning. Our class winner was entry number 113, Don Haven Melios Twilight, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang of Atoll, Kentucky. Second in the class and first Kentucky owned is entry number 112, JSB Acres, exhibited by JSB Acres Watch Me Shine, Hardyville, from JSB Acres in Hardyville, Kentucky. And third in the class and second Kentucky owned was entry number 111, Glamour View's Beth Dutton, exhibited by Elmore Stump, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Ayrshire show is also our selection for intermediate champion. In our Guernsey show ring, we'd like to recognize those cows that are competing for intermediate champion. They were all first or second in our 2- and 3-year-old classes here this morning. There were 3 junior 2-year-olds exhibited. Our winner was entry 105, Lakeview Farm Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Second in the class was entry number 74, CGF Carver Loretta, exhibited by Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. There were 2 senior 2-year-olds. Our winner was entry number 77, Stylecrest Colonel Select, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Second in that class was entry number 79, G.R. Hickman Valley's T.B. Kahuna, exhibited by Cade Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. There were 3 junior 3-year-olds. Our class winner was entry number 47, Knapp's Loverboy Offshore, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. Second in that class, entry number 83, M.M. Drone Addy, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. And in our just completed senior 3-year-old class, our winner was entry number 86, Dairyman Craig 5141, Definido, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry number 85, Rocky Hill Farm Drone Lucille, exhibited by Lutz and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Congratulations to all of our Guernsey exhibitors. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, we're also bringing in those animals that are competing for intermediate champion. We are looking for our second place senior 2-year-old, Lily Roadcap. If you're bringing your cow to the ring, she needs to be here pronto. Those cows are entering the ring at this time, competing for intermediate champion. We also want to introduce these cows to you, reintroduce these cows to you that are competing for intermediate champion in the Ayrshire show. There were 6 junior 2-year-olds exhibited. Our class winner was entry number 89, Lazy M, Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Second junior 2-year-old was entry number 93, Klein's Manchild's Maggie, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. There were 2 senior 2-year-olds. Our winner was entry 103, Spring Run Blue Boy Charming, exhibited by Caleb Lips of Shelbyville, Kentucky. Second in that class was entry number 102, Palmyra, Jamaica R.R. Ginger, exhibited by Lily Roadcap of Simpsonville, Kentucky. We saw 3 junior 3-year-olds. Our class winner was entry 110, Margot Caramel, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Second in the class, entry number 90, Audie's Charlie Amy, exhibited by Jeremy Kinslow of Smiths Grove, Kentucky. And we had 3 senior 3-year-olds exhibited. Our winner was entry number 113, Don Haven Melios Twilight, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Spring of Etoll, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry 112, J.S.B. Akers Watch Me Shine, exhibited by J.S.B. Akers of Hardyville, Kentucky. Again, congratulations to our Ayrshire exhibitors on a lovely young cow show. Ayrshire and Guernsey show exhibitors, our judges are making their final polls here. Final lineups here in our selection for intermediate champion. We are going to move right into our 4-year-olds following this. Our senior cow classes are not large for either breed. We'd like to ask you at this time if you're showing a 4-year-old, 5-year-old or age cow, let's please have those cows, or production cow, let's have those cows to the makeup area at this time. Ayrshire and Guernsey exhibitors, if you're showing in our senior cow classes, those classes are not large. We're going to ask you to bring those cows to ringside at this time. Over in our Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson's pulled out his final 3 and in contention for intermediate champion. Alan, we're interested in your thoughts and selection of our intermediate champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey show.
What a nice group of cows here to have for the young cow group here for intermediate champion. I pulled out that summer 2-year-old and then your pair of 3-year-olds here out here for contention. Take nothing away from the cows sent to the rail here. It's for me today. I'm going to go out and I'm going to pick out your intermediate, your reserve, and honorable mention, and come give a couple reasons why. What a summer 2-year-old. She's just a couple weeks fresh here, but I tell you what, she's got the makeup and everything you want. A nice young cow, beautiful set of feet and legs. It is the feet and legs over the next 2 cows that she gets them over. And when it comes to the mammary system, I like the way things are coming together on this nice young cow. Definitely a cow that can stand a lot more competition today. Take nothing away from these two 3-year-olds that are both second calf. Beautiful mammary system on this cow for your reserve, over the cow here for your honorable mention. Intermediate champion on your summer 2, reserve on your 3-year-old and junior 3, and the honorable mention on your second prize, junior 3. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the intermediate champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey show. She's our winning junior 2-year-old, entry number 105, Lakeview Farm Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Our reserve intermediate champion was our winning junior 3-year-old, entry number 47, Knapp's Loverboy Offshore, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. An honorable mention intermediate champion was second to her in that junior 3-year-old class, entry number 83, MM Drone Addy, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Our intermediate champion and reserve intermediate champion will also be our champions of our Kentucky-owned competition. So congratulations to our intermediate champions, dual winners in our competitions here today. Turning your attention to our Ayrshire show ring, Judge Branner has pulled out his final 4 here in contention for intermediate champion. Judge, your thoughts and your selection of intermediate champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire show. Congratulations to our intermediate champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire Show. She's our winning junior 2-year-old, entry number 89, Lazy M Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Our reserve intermediate champion was our winning senior 3-year-old, entry number 113, Don Haven Melios Twilight, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Spring of Atoll, Kentucky. And our honor mention intermediate champion was our winning junior 3-year-old, entry number 110, Margot Caramel, exhibited by Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. Congratulations. Over in our Guernsey show ring, we're now having our 4-year-olds enter the ring. Once again, Guernsey show exhibitors, we'd ask you to have all of your senior cows to ringside at this time. Our classes are small. Guernsey show exhibitors, we need your 5-year-old age cow and production cows to ringside. Over in our Guernsey show ring, our judges completed his placing in our 4-year-old cow class. Placing second in the class, second in Kentucky-owned competition, is entry 96, Naps Api Tesla, exhibited by Osterrider and Gibson. She wins our production award with 20,055 pounds of milk. Winning the class, and also first Kentucky-owned, is entry 60, Dairyman Renegade 4873 Belty, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Atoll, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your thoughts on our pair of 4-year-olds?
Just 2 4-year-olds, and they couldn't be more apples and oranges than they are out here in the ring. You got the first cow here, got 4 calves pushed through the system, showing showing a little more better teeth placement and size and shape, where they set underneath their quarters today. Gets her over the beautiful frame cow. I love this frame on this cow in second. What do you analyze her? She's 2 calves, and the front tits are a little too wide for me to get her up over that cow here in first. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to our 4-year-old Guernseys. Our class winner was entry number 60, Dairyman Renegade 4873 Belty, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. And second in the class, entry 96, Naps Api Tesla, exhibited by Ostrider and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in the Guernsey show is our 5-year-old class. Over in our Ayrshire show, I believe we're still finishing up with our champion and reserve champion in our Kentucky owned competition. Congratulations. Once again, our intermediate champion was our champion Kentucky own, our first place junior 2-year-old, entry number 89, Lazy M Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. And now our reserve Kentucky champion was our second place junior 3-year-old, entry number 90, Audie's Charlie Amy, exhibited by Jeremy Kinslow of Smiths Grove, Kentucky. Congratulations. Now entering the ring in our Ayrshire show will be our 4-year-old class. Ayrshire exhibitors. Our senior cow classes are also quite small. We'd ask you to please bring your, obviously, 4-year-olds. Please have your 5-year-old and age cows to ringside at this time. Very small numbers to complete our show here in our senior cow classes. We'd ask for all of those cows to be at ringside. Over in our Guernsey show ring, our judges completed his placing in our 5-year-old cow class. Second in the class and second Kentucky owned is entry 98, Cooley Crest Reputation Diana, exhibited by Colton Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. And winning the class, also first Kentucky owned, is entry 87, Naps Drone Diamond Ring, exhibited by Nap Genetics of Etoll, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our 5-year-old class.
Just 3 cows over here in the 5-year-old class, and we're starting the class here with a cow to just show me a little more capacity of the mammary system, a little more height and width to the rear udder, gets her over the beautiful frame cow coming in second. Second over third, just love the sharpness and dariness throughout, and just be a little cleaner, flatter bone and get her over the big framey cow. I love this framey cow in third here. Just like to see her freshened in and be in milking form to compete with these cows above her. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to the winner of our 5-year-old cow class in the Guernsey breed, entry 87, Naps Drone Diamond Ring, exhibited by Nap Genetics of Etoll, Kentucky. Second in the class, entry 98, Cooley Crest Reputation Diana, exhibited by Colton Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. And third to entry 111, Style Crest Mentor Swan, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Now in the ring, in our Guernsey show ring, is our age cow class. Over in our Guernsey show ring, judges completed his placing in our age cow class. Placing second in the class, also second Kentucky owned, and winning the production award with 19,004 pounds of milk is entry number 106, Style Crest Chief Sophia, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. And winning the class, also first Kentucky owned, is entry number 102, Style Crest Mentor Chandler, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Judge, your thoughts on our age cows?
Just 2 entries, but I'm starting the class here. The cow just for me, a little snugger to the mammary system, especially blends a little nicer to that 400 for me today, and just a little higher at the top of that rear. Gets rid of a real balanced cow in second. Congratulations.
Over in our Guernsey show ring, we'll now be bringing those cows in that were first or second in our senior cow classes and competing for the title of senior champion of our Guernsey show. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, Judge Bentner's completed his placing in our 4-year-old cow class. Second in the class and first Kentucky owned is entry number 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. She's also a production award winner with 16,519 pounds of milk and 588 pounds of fat. And winning the class is entry number 127, True Blessings Blackjack Phoebe, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang of Etoll, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your reasons on our 4-year-old class. Congratulations to the winner of our Ayrshire 4-year-old class, entry number 127, True Blessings Blackjack Phoebe, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang of Etoll, Kentucky. Second in the class and first Kentucky owned is entry number 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. She's also our production award winner. Third in the class and second Kentucky owned is entry number 120, Kentucky Blue W.H. Salem, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And fourth in the class, entry number 128, D.D. Winhill Kingsire Buttermilk, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Now entering the ring in our Ayrshire show is our Age Cow class. Over in our Guernsey show ring, we've got cows circling the ring that are competing for a title of senior champion. They were first or second in our older cow classes here this morning. We certainly want to recognize them. Our winning 4-year-old was entry number 60, Dairyman Renegade 4873 Belty, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Second place 4-year-old was entry number 96, Naps Api Tesla, exhibited by Ostrader and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. In our 5-year-old class, we had 3 5-year-olds presented. Our winner was entry number 87, Naps Drone Diamond Ring, exhibited by Nap Genetics of Epworth, Iowa. Second in the class was entry number 98, Cooley Crest Reputation Diana, exhibited by Colton Huffman of Summershade, Kentucky. And in our Age Cow class, our winner was entry number 102, Stylecrest Mentor Chandler, exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Second in that class was entry number 106, Stylecrest Chief Sophia, also exhibited by Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky. Looks like our judge has his final lineup here in selection for senior champion. So Alan, let us know your comments on your senior champion and selection of that champion cow.
Thank you much. I'm gonna go out and pick your senior champ, reserve, and honorable mention. That order. I've brought out your pair of 4-year-olds out here, and your pair of 5-year-olds out here for contention. Take nothing away from the 2 older cows. These are just showing their memory systems a little nicer for me today to bring them out. Well, like I said in class here, this your senior champion for me today, just holding their mammary system a little nicer for me today, especially the front teat placement, size, and where they end up underneath the quarters. Take nothing away from this beautiful frame cow. I love that frame to her. Just shy a couple calves to get over to your senior champion. Reserve over the honorable mention. Just I love the snugness out of this frame, and her frame gets over your 5-year-old for honorable mention. Go ahead and give her another big round of applause. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our senior champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey Show. She's our winning 4-year-old, entry number 60, Dairyman Renegade 4873 Beltier, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Our reserve senior champion was our second place 4-year-old, entry number 96, Naps API Tesla, exhibited by Ostrader and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And our honorable mention senior champion was our winning 5-year-old, entry number 87, Naps Drone Diamond Ring, exhibited by Nap Genetics of Epworth, Iowa. Congratulations. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, our judges completed as placing in our age cow class. Placing second in the class is entry number 133. She's also second Kentucky-owned, Double D Farm Burdette Bell, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. And winning the class, also first Kentucky-owned, is entry number 132, Stillmore Dreamer Maisie, also exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our pair of age cows. At this time, we'll be bringing in our senior cows contending for senior champion in our Ayrshire show. Over in the Guernsey show ring, we'd like to congratulate our Kentucky-owned senior champions. Our Kentucky-owned senior champion winner is entry number 96, who's our second place 4-year-old, Naps API Tesla, exhibited by Ostrader and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And our reserve senior champion, Kentucky-owned cow, and our reserve champion, senior champion, Kentucky-owned animal was our second place 5-year-old, Cooley Crest Reputation Diana, exhibited by Colton Huffman of Summershade. Congratulations. Now over in our Ayrshire show ring, we certainly want to reintroduce those cows that are competing for senior champion. Our winning 4-year-old was entry number 127, True Blessings Blackjack Phoebe, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Spring of Etoll, Kentucky. Second 4-year-old was entry 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore Muse and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Our winning age cow was entry number 132, Stillmore Dreamer Maisie, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. And second age cow was entry number 133, Double D Farm Burdette Bell, also exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Looks like our judge has them lined up, and he's got the microphone in his hand. So, Judge Bentner, we're very excited to hear your selection of senior champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire show. Congratulations to our senior champion. She's our winning 4-year-old, entry number 127, True Blessings Blackjack Phoebe, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse and Jay and Christy Ackley and Jim and Valerie Spring of Etoll, Kentucky. Our reserve senior champion was second to her in that 4-year-old class, entry number 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And our honorable mention senior champion was our winning age cow, entry number 132, Stillmore Dreamer Maisie, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Congratulations. In our Kentucky-owned competition, our Kentucky-owned champion will be our second place 4-year-old, our reserve senior champion in the open show, entry number 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. And our reserve senior champion Kentucky own will be our winning in age cow, entry number 132, Stillmore Dreamer Maisie, exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Congratulations. And over in our Guernsey show, our judges pulled out his contenders for grand champion of our show. We'd like to once again introduce those cows that are competing. Our intermediate champion was our winning junior 2-year-old, entry number 105, Lakeview Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Our reserve intermediate champion was our winning junior 3-year-old, entry number 47, Naps Loverboy Offshore, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. Our senior champions were from our 4-year-old class. Our senior champion was entry number 60, Dairyman Renegade 4873 Belty, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. And second to her in that 4-year-old class is our reserve senior champion, was entry number 96, Naps Api Tesla, exhibited by Osterter and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Judge, you've got your final four out there in front of you. Our selection for a grand champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey Show.
Thank you, Kathleen. It's been a pleasure to be down here to judge your show. I always enjoy coming down here and judging. Definitely, it's just been a pleasure. I just enjoy it. With that being said, I'm going to go out and make your selection for your grand and reserve. And I will mention, I'll come back and give a couple reasons why. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for you that milk cows, for you that show cows, this is a cow you wouldn't mind coming in the barn seeing every morning. What a beautiful frame cow. And I know she's only 2 weeks fresh or whatever, but you can see that mammary system's in there. And what a frame. There's just a beautiful frame to this cow. I love the openness of rib, good legs. And that's what I try to preach when I'm judging. I really like a good leg. But that mammary system, this cow's got a bright future. Gets a little closer for your reserve. I'm going to go with the junior 3. As she's been out here a little longer, I tell you what, her rear udder's filling up just a little more. Just showing me a little more height to the top of the rear udder. Gets her over your fourth calf 4-year-old. I love this cow. She's just a little, not quite filling the top of her rear udder to get up over to be in a contention for your champions today. Again, grand on your summer 2-year-old, reserve on your junior 3, and I'm going to mention on that 4-year-old. Go ahead and give another big round of applause. It's been a good show.
Congratulations to the grand champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey Show. She's our intermediate champion, our winning junior 2-year-old, and now grand champion, entry number 105, Lakeview Farm Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Our reserve grand champion was our reserve intermediate champion, our winning junior 3-year-old, entry number 47 at Knapp's Lover Boy Offshore, exhibited by Caleb and Shelby Fisher of Scottsville, Kentucky. And our honorable mention grand champion was our senior champion and winning 4-year-old, entry number 60, Dairyman Renegade 4873 Belty, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Congratulations. We'd like to congratulate our Kentucky-owned champions as well. Our Kentucky-owned champion was our grand champion cow, our winning junior 2-year-old, entry number 105, Lakeview Farm Drone Sunny, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And our reserve grand in Kentucky-owned was entry number 96. She was our second place 4-year-old, Knapp's Api Tesla, exhibited by Osterreiter and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Congratulations. Over in our Ayrshire show ring, we'll now also be moving into our selection of grand champion. We certainly want to introduce those cows, those 4 cows that'll be in contention out in the middle of the ring for our selection of grand champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire show. Our intermediate champion was our winning junior 2-year-old, entry number 89, Lazy M Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Our reserve intermediate champion was our winning senior 3-year-old, entry number 113, Don Haven Melios Twilight, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang of Etoll, Kentucky. Our senior champions were our pair of 4-year-olds. Our senior champion was entry number 127, True Blessings Blackjack Phoebe, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang of Etoll, Kentucky. And our reserve senior champion was our second place 4-year-old, entry 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Congratulations, a small but beautiful Ayrshire cow show here today. Judge, when you're ready, we'd love to hear your thoughts on your cows out in front of you and your selection of grand champion of our show. Congratulations to the grand champion of our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire Show. She's our winning 4-year-old, our senior champion, and now our grand champion. Entry number 127, True Blessings Blackjack Phoebe, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse, Jay and Christy Ackley, and Jim and Valerie Sprang of Etoll, Kentucky. Our reserve grand champion was our winning junior 2-year-old. She was our intermediate champion. Entry number 89, Lazy M, Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. And our honorable mention grand champion was our second place 4-year-old. She was our reserve senior champion. Entry number 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. In our Kentucky-owned competition, our grand champion was our reserve grand champion, our junior 2-year-old. Again, that's Lazy M, Don't Strike Me Out, exhibited by Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. And our reserve grand champion, Kentucky-owned cow, will be our second place 4-year-old, our reserve senior and honorable mention grand cow, entry number 121, Shocking Burdette All In, exhibited by Elmore, Muse, and Gibson of Eminence, Kentucky. Congratulations. Over in our Guernsey show ring, we've got our exhibitors heard class in the ring. Congratulations to the group from Style Crest, Kevin Brandstetter of Edmonton, Kentucky, winning our exhibitor heard class. Judge, your comments on this group.
Just one entry over here, but definitely an entry with the snugness attached to the mammary systems and level rumps here and really good legs. Definitely a group that could stand more competition. Well deserved of the blue ribbon today. Congratulations.
This time we're moving in the Ayrshire show, we're moving into our group classes. We've also got some special awards we'll be announcing throughout here. We'd like to announce our Herdsmanship Award winner. Congratulations to JSB Acres. They'll be our Herdsmanship Award winner for our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire show. Over in our Ayrshire ring, we're also moving into our group classes. And we have one entry in our dairy herd group. Congratulations to Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky with her winning dairy herd. Judge, your thoughts on our entry? Over in our Guernsey show ring, we've got one entry here in our best three females class, and winning the class from Style Crest, Kevin Brandstetter in Edmonton, Kentucky. That's our winner in our best three females class. Judge?
Definitely just one class here today, but definitely a good group of cows, snug udders, and I love the venations and good creases, and definitely good legs. Definitely a group that could stand more competition. Congratulations.
Over in the Ayrshire Show Ring in our Dam and Daughter class, we've got 2 pair out here for Dam and Daughter. Second in the class to John Ford of Lebanon, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry 146, our Dam and Daughter pairing from Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our pair of Dam and Daughters out there. Over in our Guernsey show ring, we've got 1 entry out there in our Produce of Dam class, and that'll be the winning entry from Style Crest and Kevin Brandt.
No. Tyler from Nicholasville, Kentucky.
In our Produce of Dam class, our winning group is from Tyler Smith. Pardon me on that, my bookkeeping. Judge, your comments on our Produce of Dam.
Well, just one daughter dam here, produce a dam. Sorry, produce a dam. Just one produce here. Definitely a group that can stand more competition. I love the straightness of lines of these heifers. Definitely well deserved of the blue ribbon.
While we're bringing in some of our groups here in the Ayrshire Show Ring, we've got special announcements. Of course, we'd like to announce the winner of our Premier Breeder and Premier Exhibitor banners in the Ayrshire Show. This year, winning the Premier Breeder banner in our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire Show. Congratulations to Brian Klein of Milton, Indiana. They'll be the Premier Breeder. Our Premier Exhibitor banner will go home with Jesse and Kylie Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Congratulations to Jesse and Kylie Muse. Once again, they're the premier exhibitor of our Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire Show. Over in the Guernsey show ring, in our Dam and Daughter class, we've got a Dam and Daughter, 2 pairs of Dam and Daughters, both from Kevin Brandstetter, Style Crest Guernseys in Edmonton, Kentucky. Judge, your comments on our pair of winners here in our Dam and Daughter class.
Just a close placing here in daughter dam class. I'm going to start off the group with both cows in milk here. I love the future in this tall senior 2-year-old. Definitely a beautiful memory on her. Take nothing away from the group here in second. I'd just like to see them both in milk, and I love the frame in this cow, but the other heifer here kind of hurts it to get up over that first group. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to Kevin Brandstetter, Style Crest Guernseys, placing first and second in our Dam and Daughter class in the Guernsey show. Over in our Ayrshire show, we've got our placing complete in our Best 3 Females class. Second in the class, entry 147, our Best 3 Females from Bobby Elliott of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And winning our Best 3 Females class is entry 148, our Best 3 group from Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on our class. And over here in our Ayrshire show, I believe it's our last group class of the day. And congratulations. We got a pair of Produce of Dam groups out here, both exhibited by Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky. So congratulations to Christy and the crew. They are both first and second in our Produce of Dam class. Judge, your comments on our class. Congratulations again to Christy Daly of Winchester, Kentucky, placing first and second in our Ayrshire show in our Produce of Dam class. I believe that's a wrap for our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Ayrshire show. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors. In our final announcement, we've done some tabulating here. Our final announcement for our Kentucky State Fair Guernsey show. We'd like to congratulate Stylecrest Guernseys, the Kevin Brandstetter family. They're going to take home both the Premier Breeder and Premier Exhibitor banners from our 2025 Kentucky State Fair Guernsey show. Congratulations. That's a wrap on our morning shows. Join us back here in about half an hour for our Brown Swiss and Milking Shorthorn shows. So Brown Swiss and Milking Shorthorn exhibitors, that's your heads up. In a half an hour, we're going to expect those junior calves here at ringside. We're going to start our shows promptly at noon with those spring calves.